Yo, this is Striaton plays Pokémon Black 2. We're getting close to the place where it all began in black and white, Nuvema Town. So in order to get there, we're gonna head from Striaton City, head to Route 2, which we are now, then head further south, and you'll be entering this place, where we can enter the gate that connects to Accumula Town. This was the first city that you explored after the first city that you were in the game, and this is also where we first met Team Plasma in black and white. Where they tried to recruit us, where we met N, we even battled N, and everything seemed to be interesting. But nowadays this place doesn't really have anything at all, pretty much. It's just some people living here and everything like that, but that's fine though. Except for that though, there's some cool stuff you can do in Accumula Town actually. There's some places here with some trainers looking nearby. There are also some buildings here with some people you can talk to as well. For example, if you go up here, go to some people. Trainers raise Pokemon. Pokemon makes trainers strong. It's always been that way and always will. Is that a solid thought? Well, sort of, yes, but what do you expect? These are Pokeballs I got long ago. I'm going to give them to you. And he's gonna give us not one, not two, but 10 Pokeballs. Of course, these are just regular Pokeballs though, so don't expect any major catching of Pokemon with these against the high-level Pokemon that are around here, but that's fine though. And then, well, there's nothing really much else to do in this place, but there are also some Pokemon you can get by trading. We talked to this guy as well. He also wanted to do some cool stuff. Sorry to bother you, but I like little places where this and little tiny things. Tiny Pokemon are the most interesting. I particularly like Pokemon that have a height of 8 inches or less. By the way, do you have any tiny Pokemon? Particularly show it to me. You don't even have a teensy number of tiny Pokemon. I'd like to see a Pokemon that's 8 inches high or smaller. Well, you can though. If you get himself, let's say, a Joltik, which is one of the smallest Pokemon that exists, it's only 1 inch tall. Then, yeah. A Fungus, for example, does also pretty well here. But not that, well, too bad. This is a Fungus. My cute little Fungus looks just like a Pokeball. Yeah, and also one of the Pokemon that is small that this kid wants to see, so that's pretty cool though. Now, here is a little cool thing. The girl here wants to trade Pokemon. Hey, if it's alright with you, let's trade! I'll trade in my Ambipom for your Excadrill. And that's pretty interesting. So, Ambipom, of course, is from Generation 4. It's Apom's evolutional form. Excadrill is something you can capture and get in Generation 5, so it's pretty cool though. And the best part about it, if you trade her, she will allow another trade to be coming up right after. Then she wants to trade her Alakazam for your Hippowdon. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? Especially since Alakazam is not able to be taken in the wild unless you trade a Kadabra with someone and you get it back. Or someone's Kadabra is traded to you, then you'll evolve into Alakazam. So if you want to get an Alakazam in this game, just get yourself Hippowdon and trade with her, but remember you need to trade Ambipom Excadrill first. So you have to get the Excadrill, you'll give her the Ambipom, then you have to give her the Hippowdon to get the Alakazam. Now in order to get Hippowdon, you need to have a swarm, which you can locate in the gates, then you have to hit the desert resort, and Hippowdon can be caught there. Then just give it to her, and she'll give her an Alakazam, and then you have a traded Pokemon ready to fight with. It's pretty nice. If you don't have that though, then well, too bad for you. Well, if that all was done, then you can always trade it south, and now we are into a very nice place. Look at these petals flying off. We are on route number 1, the first route of the game. I mean, not this game, but the first game at least. Route 1. So this place, as you can see when it's spring, you can see there's this pink petals. There are different petals, different which season you play. As well, there are trainers are here as well to fight, and these ones are tough. You headed for the Juniper Pokemon Lab, are you? Won't you have a bit of fun first? Well, Okay, sure, we can have some fun. We'll face off against Backpacker Jill. She has 4 Pokemon. And this one has a bit different. She has the fossil Pokemon. First one up is Ammonite. Ammonite is water and rock, so it has some definite weaknesses such as ground and electric, and more importantly it has a heavy weakness to grass. So if you have a grass Pokemon, Ammonite will struggle pretty quickly. But of course it's a little weak to electric as well, being a water Pokemon. Let's give it a Thunderbolt. They'll take it down very quickly. So too bad for Ammonite right there. Next up will be Archeops. Oh boy, Archeops is rock and flying, and remember Archeops has intense stats. It has very high power, can deal a lot of damage, but it has defeatist abilities, so if you can get it to below 50% health, then Archeops will suddenly be very weak and easy to beat. Thunderbolt, Dragon Claw from Archeops onto Magnezone. Damage will be low because Magnezone is very resistant to Dragon. Come Thunderbolt on Archeops. That probably even should KO it because it's very frail. It's sort of a glass cannon, and it's gonna go down in a single hit thanks to the Thunderbolt. Alright, next Pokemon out will be Anorith. Anorith is from Generation 3. This is a kind of a very special Pokemon because it has a type we haven't seen that a lot. It's dual type Rock and Bug. That's interesting. It only has a few weaknesses as well. It has weakness to Rock, Steel, and Water. And of course we already have a Steel type with us, let's just stick with Magnezone. So Anorith for Generation 3, it's a dual type Rock and Bug, weak to Rock, weak to Water, weak to Steel. Let's give it a Flash Cannon, and that'll be enough for Anorith. Super effective, of course, and since most rock types have high defense and low special defense, that means Flash Cannon can abuse that pretty simply. Final Pokemon will be Shieldon. So Shieldon is a very interesting Pokemon. It's from Generation 4, and Shieldon is a dual type Rock and Steel, which means it has insane defenses but very low of the rest. Even special defense is pretty decent. It has a few weaknesses as well. It has 4-time weakness to fighting and ground, and a 2-time weakness to water. So if I now, for example, use use Crocodile, for example. But do be warned though that remember its defense power is higher than special defense. Special defense is also pretty decent, but it's the defense power that's massive here for Shieldon. But even so though, Shieldon should go down with a single Earthquake, because 4-time weakness is just too much of a problem. It will survive because of no, it's sturdy, so it will take the hit. Here comes the Heavy Slam from Shieldon, a very powerful steel move. Critical hit as well, but damage is pretty low because remember Shieldon has very low attack power. It's a very tanky Pokemon, but that's basically what it is. It's a tank, not an attacker. One crunch takes it down, which is pretty interesting because it's dark types. Well, it doesn't have any weakness sort of that, but yeah. High defenses though. Anyway, that'll be the end of this battle. Even though the opponent one could defeat without trying. Well, I guess. Continue further down. You want to take another trainer? Let's go. Another Backpacker. Backpackers are exactly what they sound like. They set out in the road with only the packs on their backs and the Pokemon in their Pokeballs. Sure, okay. Fine. So here we go against Backpacker Shane. He has 4 Pokemon as well. And he will also have Pokemon from the fossils. Here comes Kabuto. Now I'm wondering why I'm facing so many weird Pokemon. Remember that one of the cool things about these trainers in Black 2 and White 2 is to make sure that you can see these Pokemon in your Pokedex. That's why you're facing off a lot of different Pokemon. So all of these 4 Pokemon, these Backpackers have fossils from all different generations. So they have one from Generation 1, one from Generation 3, one from Generation 4, and one from Generation 5. So this is Kabuto. This is a Rock Water similar to Ammonite, but this one is more offensively instead of Ammonite being more defensively. Or should we say, Kabuto is more about physical attack and Ammonite more about special attack. But it's gonna go down pretty quickly as well. So down goes Kabuto. Alright, next Pokemon up will be Caracosta. Caracosta is Tirtoga's evolutional form. It's a water and rock type, similar to Kabuto. So you can just stick with Minuzone here. It's a very tanky Pokemon, but it will not really survive electric attack like a Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt lands on Caracosta, it's gonna go down. A lot of XP here, and we move on to the next Pokemon. That will be Cranidos. Cranidos, of course, we already have from before. This is also an interesting Pokemon, because unlike the other fossil Pokemon, this one is a pure rock type. No dual type this one. That means it has weaknesses to, for example, water and the steel type. Remember also, Cranidos is more of a offensive Pokemon. It has sacrificed a lot of defense power to be quicker and more tougher in the attack department. Problem is, if I'm faster than you and I can focus on your defense weaknesses, then I'll take it down quickly like I just did now. So too bad for Cranidos. Almost done left for Minuzone as well. Final Pokemon from Shane will be Lileep. Lileep is dual type rock and grass. So that means we probably have to switch out our dear Pokemon. But you can fight with it if you want to, because it still has a weakness to steel, but also has a weakness to fighting and bug and ice. So let's just actually stick with Minuzone for this one. Let's give it a Flash Cannon again. Because yes, grass types doesn't have anything to its steel, but the rock types are weak to steel. It will land on Lileep, and Lileep will go down. There it goes, Lileep goes down, and Minuzone is level 64. I wish I could pack some wins in my backpack too. Yeah, you probably should. I mean, not to be rude or anything, but that'll be a good idea. Route 1, and from Route 1 we are where it all began. Nuvema Town. And this is where we're gonna go to Juniper's Pokémon Lab. Why, hello! Thanks for coming clear out here. It's surprising how far Nuvema Town is from Striaton City, don't you agree? Oh yeah, it's been quite a journey to go all the way here, even though we probably could have gotten there quicker if it wasn't for the Skyar Bridge actually being down for so long. Did you take the Skyar Bridge and encounter a lot of wild Pokemon? On that note, how is your Pokedex coming along? Can I see it? Yep, that's exactly why we came here. Let me see. Ah, you've seen 228 Pokemon in the Unova region. Over 200 different Pokemon. This world is filled with so many Pokemon interacting with one another. Keep up the good work. I have something I'd be delighted to give you if you meet every Pokemon registered in the Unova Pokedex. Check every corner of the Unova region for Pokemon. Do your best. Of course we will. So the thing she's talking about here is to give you some key items, which is super important if you want to collect even more Pokemon in this game. The first part is that if you get to see all 297 Pokemon in the new Unova Pokedex, excluding Victini, Keldeo, Meletta, and Genesect, you'll earn the permit. With the permit, we'll go to the Nature Preserve, where we can fight off some even more cooler Pokemon that is not available in the Unova region. So that's a nice way to collect more Pokemon. If you manage to capture all 297 Pokemon in a new Unova Pokedex, you will get the Oval Charm. Oval Charm will increase the chance of you finding eggs in the daycare, so it's nice for you if you want to do some more breeding. And finally, should you capture every single 636 Pokemon in the natural Pokedex, excluding legendary Pokemon like Mew, Celebi, Jirachi, Deoxys, Phione, Manaphy, Darkrai, Shaymin, Arceus, Victini, Keldeo, Meletta, and Genesect, then you'll get the Shiny Charm. The Shiny Charm is very sick, because with this one you can increase your chance to get a shiny Pokemon. Especially for all of you shiny collectors out there, this is a nice thing to do, because remember, Black 2 and White 2 is connectable to the Pokemon Bank. So if you play Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon today, then you can basically switch these Pokemon from Black 2 and White 2 all the way to Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, which are shiny, and become friends with everyone. So it's a pretty nice thing. Be careful though that there are 4 Pokemon in this game that you cannot see in the wild or during adventure. That is Rufflet and Skitty if you're playing Pokemon Black 2, and Vullaby and Baneri if you're playing Pokemon White 2. And also the first and final form of the starter Pokemon that your rival did not choose, that will also not be seen in the Pokedex. So we'll go to the Pokedex now, I can show you. Of course I now am on the other region, let's see, let's go to Unova. This is the Unova Pokedex, if you need to see them all to get the permit. So here we can see, for example here, Duwat, that means Oshawott and Samurott is not seen. That's a bit sad, so you can't see them. That means you have to find other ways to see them in your Pokedex in order to them to be shown available. The other Pokemon here, for example, see that I haven't seen here yet. I haven't seen Ampharos, for example, from Marip and Fluffy. I need to evolve them myself. I need to fight trainers that have their Pokemon. So those Pokemon I mentioned here is that Pokemon that will not be used by trainers or you can find in the wild. So be careful about that. Oh, Dino doesn't have an evolution, but we also have Pansage. So remember, all these Pokemon, except the ones I mentioned, can be seen or met by other trainers, so you just need to find those trainers and battle them to get their Pokedex data added. Also, here's Professor Juniper's father, Cedric Juniper. Hey Citano, are you meeting lots of Pokemon? There really are lots of Pokemon in the Unova region and the rest of the world. I made a habit at least so people would know that. I'll bet you they're here because you here to show me a Pokedex coming along, right? I see. You caught 46 Pokemon then? Yeah, not very much. But then again, I'm not really focusing about that in this Let's Play. Nationally, there are more than 600 Pokemon. You'll have to be persistent and catch them at your own pace. Oh, that's right! I completely forgot to give you this to you, Nespertia. Here, this is the Super Rod. And with that, we can finally fish the best Pokemon from the sea. With this Super Rod, you can even catch Pokemon who live underwater. Here, I'll read you the directions. First, face the water and cast. Second, concentrate. When a Pokemon bites, you'll see an exclamation mark. That means you start reeling in. So cool. Yeah, when you do that, you want to push the A button, and then the Pokemon will be guarding up, and you can fight it as a wild Pokemon and beat it or capture it, depending on what you want to do. Now we're almost done with this episode, but we have to do some more exploring because isn't this a place where we're kind of famous? Isn't this your old home? Or your home even? Oh, hi, so you also received a Pokedex from Professor Juniper. That daughter of mine looks at her Pokedex every chance she gets. She's always going on about many Pokemon and many memories it contains. Young? Ah, I see. So you're on a Pokemon journey too. I'm quite impressed with you, and with your parents too. After always being together as a family and now not having you around, I'll bet, no, I'm sure they worried about you on your own. Be sure to tell them all about what happens in the travels. Yeah. This is basically Bianca's house, and I'm really surprised that in this game you can just venture into people's house like that. Like, how would you do if a stranger came to your house and wandered about in your place? I will feel a bit weird about it, perhaps. That is pretty Cedric gym badge you have there. Wow, so you were the first challenger of my son's gym. Thanks. A gym leader is without challengers, just an ordinary trainer. In other words, thanks to you, Sharon became a real gym leader. Let me give you this as a thanks. And get a berry juice. Which is pretty nice. Traveling is great. You encounter so much you've never seen and many things you don't yet understand. For each new thing you come across, you grow a chance a little bit more. Oh, so your name is Citano then? Wow, you have a Pokedex too. Everyone grows up like this now, don't they? Yeah, they probably do. But there's one more house to visit. This one is a bit special because this is the house where your player character from Black and White started their journey. Welcome home there. Did you find the friend you were looking for? Wasn't his name something like N? Huh? Excuse me. How embarrassing. I'm taking a visitor for my own child. You're Zatanna? Yeah. I knew it! You look just like her! I know your mom! I met her when she was working at the Pokemon Center and I was a trainer. That's right! How are your Pokemon? You're always welcome to let them rest here. So this is basically the mother of the player character from Black and White. So that's pretty interesting though. And of course the characters' names are Rosa for the female and Nate for the boy. You can even go up here and get a King's Rock. That's pretty nice. Just go up here and take items. Even has a Wii. That's weird. And old school. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this episode. We have reached Nuvema Town, and now it's time for us to head west across the water, because there's even some more stuff to explore in this part of the Unova region. So to the next episode, we're going to go head west of Route 1, and there we'll see what we can find by going across the water. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and yeah. You can see the links in the description below. And that's gonna be it. So I'll see you next time as my journey in Pokemon Black 2 continues.